Hey guys, I am back with a new video today, and I am checking out more V4, and we're going to talk about combat power, or combat level, or what do you want to call it. Basically, how strong your character is, how strong the game thinks your character is, or the gear or the stats that you have, and we're going to talk about how you can increase your combat power in this game. So before we get into this video, guys, make sure you guys follow my socials, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. So I have my character right here. The first thing to check my combat power, you go to your character, and you can check in the bottom left. It says I am on 9,500 combat power. Now, why do you need combat power? Is so you can challenge harder and harder boss fights. If you click on, for example, region bosses, the recommended CP you don't have to be, but the recommended is 23,000. So I need to increase my stats, increase my level, so I can challenge these bosses for some amazing epic rewards for these different bosses. And some of them will have higher and higher stats, and I think the highest one is this one, the Runas Artemin, with 175k combat power. So I still have long ways to go to get there. So let's talk about how you can increase your combat power. Now, your gear is important. You want to have purple gear, epic gear, or legendary gear, or mythic gear, and those will have the highest stats of the gear. So gear is always important, of course. The higher gear you have will have higher combat power. You can see that my blue earrings have combat power of 400, while my gray ones have 35. Now, gear is always the essential thing, but there's a lot of other things that you can do to increase your combat power. You want to click on this page right here. You can do it both ways. You can either click here and manage and click on these enchantment, building, imprinting souls. Now, I haven't unlocked this one yet, unfortunately. It's unlocked on 55. That will also be a way to increase my combat power. But instead of clicking here, I'm going to show you through. I'm going to go through the menu bar so it's easy for you guys to see. We're going to start with imprinting. Now, the imprinting, there's two things you need when it comes to imprinting. It's called imprinting stones right here. The imprinting stones will level these levels around the whole demon stone and give you stats. As you see, I'm getting insane stat increases. I think the first one requires 5 per 5 levels to get max, and then the second one is 10 levels, I think, to get the star. Yeah, see, I gained star here, I gained the star here. I think this will require level 15 on each of these to reach max level on this, and this will increase your stats a lot. And then you also get these feathers, get 4 of them each, and they also increase a lot of stats. You see here, it gives like high parry, high accuracy. I can remove it and put it back in, and you get an insane amount of stats. And you can get these through doing story quests or through the wall boss fights, and you can get different kind of feathers. If you don't want parry or another stat, you can probably switch it out with a different feather where you get from world bosses. That's a great way to increase your stat. And let's keep moving to I don't have talents unlocked yet, unfortunately, but let's move to potential. Now, potential is basically how you get rid of the gear you don't want. So I don't want this gear, so I'm going to feed this gear to my potential right here, and I will feed it, and that will increase my stats, my beast attack, magic attack, human attack. Now, you can feed not only this one, you can feed the endurance one that will unlock later, and this will focus on defense, or I can unlock this one, which will focus on HP, parry, and crit. That unlocks level 60, or you can focus on all 3 of them. This one is focused on attack. So you feed all your unnecessary gear that you do not need to the potential, and that's a good way to get rid of this. Basically, it's called dismantling in other games. Get rid of gear and increasing your combat power at the same time. But make sure you don't feed gear that you actually need. Let's move on to the next one, called the workshop. Now, the workshop has different kind of enchantments. As you guys see, my weapon right here has a +6 next to it. That means I've fed it 6 times the scrolls and leveled it up, so you gain higher stats. So we're going to do the same thing with the boots. Now, with the boots, I have 20 of these scrolls. I can feed, down here it says guaranteed, I can feed it 5 times, and I will enhance it, and you will get a +5 enhancement and increase my combat power. Okay, and you want to enhance your best gear. You don't want to be enhancing the gray stuff here that you're going to switch out later, because I haven't seen an option to actually switch the enhancement over, unfortunately. So I wouldn't do that. Maybe there is a way, but that's why I'm saving most of my scrolls. And then the blue scrolls obviously will have a higher feeding than gray scrolls have. Then you have the magic enhancement. Now I don't have any magic to enhance it with, but that's the same thing. You feed it the enhancement, and you will enchant it into a better. Obviously, I think you need epic gear to be able to enchant it and get higher stats. That's also will increase your combat level very heavily in the game. And we're gonna keep moving next to soul stones. Now soul stones are like gems in most games. You add gems to your weapon, you add gems to your gear, and the different weapons and gear requires different stones. And what you can do with these stones is, once you have inserted them, you have to remove them. You can actually level them up, like here. You can level them up, you can feed them material. I unfortunately feeded all my materials on them, like small like shards that you can feed them with. Right here, soul shards. I'm gonna feed it 50 soul shards right here, and I will level up the gem in the weapon. That will increase my combat power. There's all these things that you can do, but there's also some smaller things. That these are like the main heavy things. You can get like pets, good pets that you can buy, probably pay to win, and get some insane stats. That you see these stats on the left here. That's what you get. I only have defense 45. I only have these pets right now, but you can get some really strong mythic pets to gain a lot of stats. But then you have something called feats. Now feats are basically challenges, achievements that you're doing. Now doing these feats will, I'm going to take all the reward I've gotten, and I'm going to receive small stats doing these different kind of feats and completing them. And it's a good way also to gain some small combat power. You know, eventually all the combat power will accumulate and you will get a lot of combat power in the end. You also get some good rewards like scrolls that I can also use it to feed my weapons again, or my gear. The feat is a good way to gain combat power, and then in the end you have like normal missions, not missions, I mean like questing. So leveling up will also increase your gear level, and that's all like the small things that you guys can do to actually get your gear, get your combat power higher up. You can unlock like new things eventually. Where was it? When it comes to like gear abilities and stuff, to increase your combat power even more. That's the main ways. Now, once you have done all these small things, what you want to do is focus on getting your gear up, getting a higher gear level, getting higher, better gear, getting epic gear, getting legendary gear, and getting better gear basically. And the way you can do that is you want to challenge these different region bosses. You want to do guild dungeons. If you click on guild right here, click on guild dungeons, they give you currency that you can use to buy a different kind of currency, and they also give you XP. But the best way is region bosses currently. Then you also have demons that you can challenge. You use these sections. You click on demons you want to challenge. You can see here, this demon, if I can unlock it or get, like, you use these. So I use a single detection and you will get a randomized boss. So if I do max detection, maybe I get lucky and I get some, I got an epic one. You can challenge this and it will give me rare loot, the blue loot, and they will give me better stats than I currently have. And if I do and go fight this boss, you can check what combat required. It requires 12k, I'm 10k. I can probably beat it if I grab some potions. The same goes for bosses that you will unlock on your way when you're leveling up. So make sure you guys are leveling up, make sure you're catching up so you guys can do these demon quests and gain better gear, then go fight the region bosses. Right now it looks like region bosses is the biggest thing that you can do in this game, and challenge. And you can also do it to the cross server boss fights, which is also super good and super fun. So that is my combat power guide. I don't think I forgot anything. Like, you have like production and stuff, but mainly about like enchanting, imprinting, gems. There's a lot of small things here and there that you do. I don't, did I mention research? Research, I don't think I did. Research is also a great way to gain combat power. It's small, really small, but by finding these mobs and bosses in the wild, and analyzing them, you gain stats. You gain more and more stats. You can see here I've gained stats by analyzing these monsters and finding where they are, fighting them, and so on. And you will analyze them. You get small combat power level up, and every small combat power is good. So hopefully this will make you guys increase your combat power. It's a really straightforward video, but I hope it was helpful for you guys that are wondering how they can increase their combat power. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, follow my socials, and I will see you guys in the next video.